Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Nomadicare Show. I'm Laura. I am the founder of Nomadicare, and I'm here with Jacob, my husband, and my business partner in Nomadicare, who builds all the cool technology. And we are here today to talk about the outlook for 2023 as far as Nomadicare's plans, our dreams, what we're hoping to bring to the community this year.
Yeah, what we're building, what we want to improve on, just all the fun, cool stuff.
All the fun, cool stuff. Yes. So the first thing we can kick this off with is this show, the Nomadicare Show, which is a YouTube show. It's a podcast, and we have a lot of really cool ideas for different things we're going to do with this podcast. A few of the ideas right now, definitely the question and answers. So you can go to nomadicare.com/show. You can ask us any question you want, and we'll answer it.
Can I go on a ramble? So I have always been confused when people on podcasts say / or /. Does anyone actually know or care what that means? Like versus just /?
Probably if you say /, everyone will assume / because I don't know when anyone ever uses /
You have to like click shift and click the button. Like, no, like that's my, if we should have a pet peeve episode, right? And my number one pet peeve will be people saying backslash.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. Fun fact. Fun fact about me.
Interesting. Yeah. Daniel, is that a pet peeve for you?
It's not a pet peeve, but I think it's the HTTP is / right? I think a long time ago you had to put all that in there, which makes more sense why you'd say both.
Yeah.
Not anymore though.
No. Nomadicare.com/show.
See, I was around when the internet started, so I remember those.
Yeah. Daniel's old.
No, I'm not giving it to you.
Oh my God, yeah, he doesn't give me the
He's
beat.
in control of the noises.
Yes.
If you call him old, you don't get a you get a sad beat.
Okay, all right,
Yeah. Okay, so there's a pet peeve. Well, / I'll have to try to remember that. I always say / but /show. And you can ask us your questions. So one of the things we'll do is Q&A. Put our knowledge into the community. Yep. We're also, which I'm really looking forward to, we're going to do reaction videos. So there's so many, travel healthcare influencers out there, or even just people posting in the public Facebook groups, and tons of comments that come through. And some of them are really funny. Some of them sound very confident, but they're really bad. Some of the TikToks are fun to watch. We're going to do reactions for some of the stuff that we see in the community.
Yep.
We'll do market trends, knowledge-based stuff with the data that we have.
Yeah. Predictions, opinions.
Yep. And then I'll go into some rants sometimes. And then sometimes we'll do behind the scenes. So you get a look behind the scenes. And then it's honestly a ... We're on episode 3. And this is our creative outlet that we want to have a lot of fun with and keep evolving through the year to see how it best serves the community, what brings the most value, and what do we enjoy doing as well. So this is brand new this year, and we plan on doing it. I mean, we got mics and we got a whole set. We plan on doing this consistently throughout the whole year, and I'm excited to see where this one goes. This is fun. It's fun to get out from the laptop and do something different. I think it's great.
Do you want to just dive into some more?
Yeah, so that's one new thing we're doing this year. So Jacob, what's something else new we'll do 2023?
The show is a really fun one. We're also shipping a lot of improvements to some existing products. One that comes top of mind is the licensure guide. The licensure guide we're adding more specialties to. So right now it's focused a lot on therapy. And we're going to be adding nursing. We're going to be adding a lot of the imaging / radiology specialties, which is really fun because I know we have a ton of kind of that allied community that uses Nomadicare. And the licensure guide is also going to get so much more integrations with the other data that we have, right? The number of jobs in a specific state, the housing data in that state, the top cities, like how do the number of jobs look? There's so much more data that we can kind of use to enrich the licensure guide. Because right now you can essentially see like, okay, how long does it take to get a license? What is the cost? What's the renewal timeline? The X, Y, and Z. It's really like specific to licensure, but there's so much more that goes into licensure too. Like, should I even get a license here? Are there any jobs? Does the pay suck? Like,
we'd love it to be more, like right now it's an interactive tool. So sometimes when people say guide, at least for me, I think of like a downloadable guide. This is more of an interactive tool even today where you can put in different filters, and we're going to improve it a lot in the coming year. And our goal with that one is really so it is a tool that you can go to as a travel healthcare worker, even now nurses and allied health, but to figure out and answer the question, where should I apply for a license next? But you do need more data for that. You've got to know, are there jobs there? Yeah, like it's cool to know when are you supposed to renew it and the CEU requirements and things like, and which ones are compact. It should be an exploratory tool. Maybe it'll open your mind up to a state you never thought about traveling to. And you're like, oh, this is part of the compact. And there's tons of jobs here and they pay really well. Maybe I will try out this state. Or if you're kind of stumped, you can figure out where to get your next license. So it should be a very cool discovery tool for everybody.
Yeah, you know the word's discovery, right? You know,
Yes.
There's some tools that are kind of like results based, like is my pay fair? This is more like what should I do? Like you have a question you want to know.
It's fun.
And it's a theme, and we've talked about it on some previous episodes, but really telling a story with data, right? We have all this data. Great. Like, do you just want to search through it all, or do you kind of want the narrative to kind of build to be like, okay, cool. Here's how long it takes to get a license. Here's the cost of housing. Here's the average pay. Here's the number of jobs, right? And kind of correlate it to be like, okay, can I see myself working in this state?
Totally. We stack the data so you can actually see it all in one spot too. Yeah. That's going to be, I think that's going to become a really, really neat tool. And it's almost like how you have fun browsing Zillow and stuff, and you're kind of just dreaming and looking at different locations and what the housing is and stuff. Like this can be like your dreaming tool too. Like where are the options? Where could I go? And hopefully open up your mind to new places you might just not be on your radar, but are so cool to travel to as well.
Yeah, another one that is kind of that discovery location kind of product that we're launching / improving for 2023 is our housing product, right? And so right now we typically use the data from our housing to display on top of individual jobs. So when you're on an individual job, it will tell you what's the average number of rentals available, furnished rentals, right? The average price for a 1-bedroom, because that's the most common rental. What's the percentage of rentals that are pet friendly? Because travelers travel with pets, right? We try to solve problems at Nomadicare. And so what we want to do is bring that into its own interactive tool. Same way that you can browse licensure, like you were saying, you can browse like locations and be like, cool, okay, what's the availability and cost for furnished housing in this state per city? And correlate it with then jobs for my specialty, right? Because I don't know, it could be a great place for housing for nurses because there's a bunch of nursing jobs, but you're an OT and there's no OT jobs, or there's like 3 there, right? So we want to build a tool where you take a lot of the stress and burden and uncertainty when that comes with travel, healthcare, housing, and have a tool so you can just like see it, use it, and touch it and feel it. Also different than just listings. Like we're not going to do listings, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to do that, where we just like, here are all the places. There are a billion websites where you can just like browse listings of apartments. We want to consolidate everything and give you a narrative.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the place to find your next house. We can pull in the data from listing sites and say there are houses here. Yeah. There's not houses here. So it's still kind of along that same theme of empowered with data, presented to you in such an easy, user-friendly way so you can make good decisions for your career as you travel.
Personalized for yourself too.
Yeah.
Again, like it's so cool when you could correlate that data with your specialty.
Totally.
Right?
And it's not just general. Yeah. I love that.
And so many of the things that are built in this industry are for nurses. And I get it,
true.
right?
That's true.
The majority of travelers are nurses. But then, like, what happens to all the therapists? What happens to all the
we love therapists,
sonographers? What happens to all the lab techs, right? Like, there's so many people that are also traveling too that are not a nurse. And so who cares if we give you, like, travel, healthcare, housing, but there are no physical therapist jobs in this location. So who cares, right?
We have a really big soft spot and love for therapy because I was an OT when I was a traveler. Yeah. So therapy, those are our people.
Love it.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to talk about some of the other improvements coming in 2023.
Yeah. So we're going to do a deep dive into my favorite product, which is our vetted recruiter matching. So we've got a lot of changes coming to how that's done. And really, it's just to make it better. I probably won't get into the nitty-gritty about exactly what we're improving, but we do have this really exciting list of things we're going to just check off one by one. So that whole experience, if you've gone through it in the past and you go through it later in this year, you will notice like a different flow and a different feel and different information you'll get presented, with the goal of, one, making sure we're giving you the very best match possible, which we do really well. So there's a couple of things there, though, that I think will even make sure that custom match is even better.
Yep.
And with the transition of how you get introduced to the recruiter and, things like that. So we've got great improvements on the matching side coming. And we also have a lot of improvements coming on the travel tax product that we have. And that one I'm really excited about because you'll be able to go to that product and that resource and just learn a lot more, get a lot more empowerment and understanding about what are travel taxes, how do they work, a different way to connect with tax experts based on what questions you have or if you actually want them to do your taxes or not. So that whole page is going to be transformed this year. And I think it's going to be really, really like a cool place to go to learn all about travel taxes, which is a very big topic in our industry and also one that is, I think, sometimes overcomplicated and sometimes just misunderstood.
Yeah.
So we want to simplify it and make a great resource there. And then one of the other things that we're going to be improving this year that I'm really excited about is we're going to be improving the actual account. So you can go to nomadicare.com, you can log in and have an account, and we are adding really cool features to that this year. And a lot of that is because we did this strike staffing almost unexpectedly. We did strike staffing in 2022, and we built such amazing tech with that. So we'll be able to bring a lot of that over to our healthcare travelers. So things like building a standardized resume that we know, because we saw it with confidence, that will give you a competitive edge against other travelers by having this really nice resume builder, as well as a wallet is what we call it, where you can store your credentials and all of this data about you that are required for any travel job. And then when you get matched to a recruiter, whether it's through the job board or whether it's through a custom vetted match, you can send over all your documents with it and then get jobs quicker. And then it's just kind of less of a pain to have to keep re-uploading all of your documents.
Yeah. I mean, one of the biggest problems, right? Working with multiple agencies is creating multiple profiles and sharing multiple MMR records.
It's a pain. Yeah, totally.
It's a pain in the butt. And that's like the overall theme of a lot of our products. We're trying to take the friction out of this process, right? And make it more transparent, make it more honest, but, you know, honestly, just made it easier, right?
Yeah.
Like technology can do so much. And this industry lacks so much technology. And so, like you were saying, we learned so much and we built so many cool products during the strike that we can bring over to our travel healthcare side to make your Nomadicare account even more powerful, right? So a lot of cool improvements coming to that side as well.
I'm pumped about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then overall, we're always making the product better, right? And so we only do that by listening to our users. Travelers, you, right? Like we literally listen to you. And so I love it when somebody uses one of our tools and then writes us about it, good or bad, right? Here's what I loved. Here's what I didn't like. Here's what I wish was happening. Here's what I want to improve. And we periodically, like we reach out to our users and ask questions, but I would love for more messages coming. Like you send as many as you want. Tell me what you want to see at Nomadicare, right? That's how we improve.
Yeah.
Like this is not just like the Laura and Jacob show where we're just like, cool, let's just go build whatever we want. We want to build things that are valuable to travelers, right? That solve a problem, that are unique and not just repetitive, right? Like, so, and we can only do that with insights and the voice of our travelers.
Yeah, 100%. We love it. We're building it with you, you know, we're building it for you, but we're really building it with you. We want you to be a part of the conversation and the decisions, and we will definitely be reaching out to many of you guys one-on-one to talk through things and get your feedback. But please raise your hand, write in, let us know what your thoughts and opinions are as we build these things, or what features you really hope we put in it. Just tell us so we can have that in our mind as we build it. But yeah, let's have a freaking awesome 2023.
I mean, that's the goal. Wherever you need us, whether it's from recruiters, the jobs, the pay, licensure, housing, insurance, like taxes. I mean, it's like we want to take this part of your career being a healthcare traveler and make it simpler, easier, more transparent, and more enjoyable. And so it's pretty simple, but it's also a big task. But, you know, we're going to do it together.
Yep.
Cool.
Great. All right. Well, come along for the ride in 2023. And please subscribe to this show. You'll see lots of new episodes coming out. Whether you're on YouTube, give us that thumbs up and like. We appreciate it. And subscribe on your podcast channel so you can see when new episodes come out. And we will see you next time on episode 4.
Well, yeah, and tell a friend too, honestly. Like, that's how Nomadicare grows overall in general, right? It's the number one way new people discover Nomadicare is a friend tells them about it.
Yeah.
And so if you listen to this show and got any value at all, share it with another friend. If you didn't get value, let us know. Nomadicare.com/show. Tell us what you think about the show, what you want us to talk about, questions you have, anything.
Awesome.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice to meet you, hello. Never been here before, but I feel like I'm home.